Alrighty, so at the spray booth, we're gonna do the first coats. I'm sorry for the strobe light. Light still hasn't been fixed. So yeah, we're gonna do primer coats all over on the guitar. First ones, and I guess I'm gonna prime the 3D parts because I think putting on primer before putting on paint is probably a good way to go. So I'm gonna get everything kind of set up and move things out of the way in here, and then we'll get the spraying.
Most of the sealer has gone on pretty well. There's areas that have been sanded through, which is fine, because we're going to be coming back and we're going to do at least another session of primer on this anyway. Rest the arm that's holding up the guitar, but at the same time rest my finger pressing thing. So you see here, all the sort of lighter areas, those are where we have the grain filler, and then all the darker areas, like around the edges, that's where there's bare wood, which is why it's showing up a bit darker. All right, I'm gonna put this up to dry. I think just a light pass is good. Make sure that I get the edges as well. I'm not too worried about the backside because that's not going to get painted. Again, like 3D printing and stuff like this isn't something that I'm used to. So I'm not sure how all of it reacts to different kinds of paints. But one way to find out is to, well, the only way to find out is to actually test. Definitely going to be a few coats.
Not a huge amount of sanding that needs to be done. Just making sure that we get all those high spots out of there. I'm just going to give the printed parts a quick once over just to kind of remove any sort of burrs or imperfections. But nothing more than that. That's just more than enough just to get, as we say, scuff sanded.
All right, so let's see. I have this now set so that I have autofocus. I'm going to see if it works. Oh, God. Whew. It gets heavy after a while, I'll tell you that much.
Okay, so today is the first color session. So we're going to be doing the main color, which is going to be the metallic teal. Green, teal, green, metallic. If the color is good and we get a nice even coat, we'll be able to do with just the one session of teal, and we can move on to clear coats after the white. That is what I'm hoping, at least. Just time-wise, because I need to free up the space for the next person coming in. And I have a feeling it might come at a very short notice.
Alright, so this is what it's supposed to sound like in here, with the extraction going, which it wasn't doing before. Oh yeah, this is gonna look great. I suspect there might be a need to do a second session, maybe. We'll see. Okay, so 100% gonna need another coat. There's still some parts where you can kind of see through, especially in the neck. But yeah, it's looking pretty good, I gotta admit.
One of the earliest times I've ever been at the workshop, but must be done. So I'm getting the second coat of paint done before work today. But now that everything's dried up, or the first coat's dry, now the first coat's dry, we can kind of have a look once over on things that need to be looked at. Yeah, there's a little bit of discrepancies here and there, some dust. You can still see through, but we're gonna fix that today. Like here, where you see there's a hair, I don't know, some sort of thing. And there, we can pick those out. You can see the grain through here, but that's gonna be fine because that's gonna get blocked away. That bit of the grain filler doesn't look great. And you can see that these don't look that great. Grain wasn't completely filled all the way everywhere, unfortunately. Yeah, so there's a couple of things there that don't look quite as good as I would want them. Overall, this is fine. Unfortunately, like I was saying, due to time constraints, I do need to get this done in kind of like the one go.
All in all, turned out pretty good. There is issues with the space not really being clean, so there's some dust and particles and stuff like that I need to get rid of. But other than that, pretty good. I got one drip that I need to take care of. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little drip there that I need to address later on. But we got a nice solid coat. Hope for the best here. It's a little grainy. So, yeah. That's a bit better. I'll put another layer on that soon. But I'll do some of the 3D printed parts now. Okay.
Alright, so I took off the bigger masking. Now the reason why I'm doing this is also because I didn't want any of the glue from the masking tape to kind of stick down to the paint. It leaked through the masking tape, or there wasn't a
proper mask. So we're going to clean up those parts and then let it to dry. The 3D prints came together pretty well. There is dust, which was to be expected. You can't really avoid that in a place like this. Doing white is a nightmare in itself, but especially if you don't have a clean room, it is going to be difficult.
I'm gonna grab me a fresh scalpel blade here.
And we're gonna layer this up in the same way as before. So light layers. And really taking our time with it. We don't want to rush this. And we're going to start to see it all pull together with the clear coat now. I really do wish that there was more light in here because it's very hard to see what I'm doing. I'm just going based on instinct, really, of where the layers are lining up with each other. Because I'm pretty sure that a lot of other people who use this spray booth would also kind of want to see what they're doing.
Clear coat's done, or first session of clear coat's done. We just look at the sheen on there. It does look fairly promising indeed. I did realize that I forgot to put in a serial number and made in and stuff like this on there, but I'll do that tomorrow.
Again, we're just going to build up those layers. As we go.
Oh, it's the final layers or final coat of clears. Of that, I am very pleased because I'll level with you. I'm exhausted for a week straight. Just been doing this every day. So yeah, I'm tired. So I'm gonna be glad when this is finished up. So let's get to it. Again, very careful with the sanding. Yeah, so everything went down pretty well. That is the last session now drying up. And now we just let her dry and come back for some polishing and assembly. I really wonder whether I'm gonna have time because this seems to be this is going to be at Tone Fest on the 8th of February, and it is today. It is the 12th of January. So I need to wait 21 days before I can do polishing on it, according to Knitterlack's instructions. So I guess we'll see in 21 days how busy I am with the rest of the builds. But yeah,